Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states, wearing the Stan swag, the Stan sweatshirt, the Stan hats. By the way, for all you people out there that are wanting the hat, first of all, that's cool that you'd wear the Stan the Annuity Man hat. We have run out, but you can email us, and I think we're getting some more back in. My management team's here, and they're nodding their heads, so we'd be more than happy to send you those until we run out again, and I guess we'll order them, but we really appreciate people wanting to wear the Stan the Annuity Man swag, America's annuity agent. Today's topic is, how much do you need to retire? I guess in this case, we're talking about money, but I'm going to cover other things because that's what I do. I can freeform this. But how much money do you need to retire? I'm going to tell you how to do that. It's very simple. I always say, the only thing complex about the financial services business, and especially the annuity industry, the only thing complex are the agents and the advisors selling it and how they present it. Annuities are contracts. This is very, very simple. It's like Social Security, the other annuity you own. You just have to make a decision when you turn on the income, right? Nod your head. And it's going to increase, best inflation annuity on the planet. But when we look at annuities, we're going to look at the contractual guarantees of the policy. So how much do you need to retire? We're going to cover the money portion of that and other things as well after this. All right, so how much do you need to retire? Now, before we get into the annuities, let's talk about retirement. That's a tough word. In fact, that word really hasn't even been used except in America. I mean, it's like an industry now, a retirement industry. But my wife is always like fearful, going, how's it actually going to work with you with retirement? I don't know. I'm scared for her as well because I don't know, because I'm on, if you notice, I drink a lot of coffee, I'm up, I'm ready to go, blah, blah, blah. How much do you need to retire? How much do you need for retirement? Let's talk about clothing. Because for me, I need hundreds and hundreds of t-shirts and hundreds of Adidas, suits and shoes and things like that. My wife's like, no, please no more, because it's like creeping into other closets, okay? But how much do you need for retirement? I think it's a broader picture than just money and a broader picture than income. And I know you're saying, Stan, you look vibrant. There's no way that you could be anywhere close to retirement. And I don't plan on retiring. I mean, I plan on doing this as long as the camera's rolling, as they say. And I got a great team in place in my main office in Las Vegas. We have multiple offices. But, what do you do with retirement? A lot of you are struggling with that. And my wife and I don't think we're struggling, but we're communicating about it. How's that going to work? How's chapter 2 of our life going to work, etc.? But when it comes to retirement and money, it all comes around, in my opinion, to what I call the income floor. What is the income floor? Very good question. Glad you asked. Income floor is that amount of money that's hitting your account every single month. We're not talking about markets, and we're not talking about risk. We're talking about Social Security, dividend income, pensions, which is another annuity if you're so fortunate to have a pension, interest off of CDs, or MIGA's annuity industry version of a CD, income that's hitting your bank account that politics don't affect, etc. It's that income floor. That's where annuities come in my opinion, because everybody has that budget for the income floor. Leads to another story, sidebar. My wife's like, I said, I told her that, I said, we're talking about retirement and things like that. She goes, it'd be nice, like in retirement, for us to have a budget. Like, we've never really had a budget. Because I don't know if you noticed this, I'm a little wild, I have ideas. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. And budgets are what the income floor is all about, right? So what is the budget? What is the amount of money that you need to live off of, including going out and eat and going traveling and being on the cruise and buying the new car? What is that amount? What is that amount? And is there a gap to fill in that amount that annuities can fill? And you might say, well, I don't want an annuity because when I die, an annuity company keeps the money. Well, that, first of all, is very uninformed. I'm sorry that someone's told you that. That's not true. We can structure contractually and shop all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee, a lifetime income for either you or you and your spouse. So if you die, the income's going to continue uninterrupted and unchanged for their life. But we can also structure it so when they pass away, or if both of you pass away in a fiery Learjet crash, 100% of the money goes to the listed beneficiaries of the policy, and the evil annuity company doesn't keep a penny, even though they're on the hook to pay. So yes, you can have your cake and eat it too. I guess it's without the icing, but the cake is the lifetime income. The eat it too is The annuity company doesn't keep a penny, even though they're on the hook to pay. Don't feel sorry for them because they know life expectancy. They know when you're going to die. That's the reason they have the big buildings, the logos on the plane, and they're sponsoring sports stadiums. They know when you're going to die. That's the reason life insurance companies are profitable and property and casualty insurance companies are not, because they don't know when the hurricane's going to hit or the fire is going to happen, right? Nod your head. So looking at income floor, looking at retirement, how much do you need for retirement, which was the question, the reason you clicked, because you're thinking that. How much do you need? For you non-budgeteers out there, you need to get the pencil out. You need to have communicate with your family, your spouse, etc. What are we spending? How are we spending it? What do we need? What are potential increases in the future? And then what you can do is run reverse engineer quotes using my site at theannuityman.com, meaning that, hey, Stan, we need an additional $722 based upon my calculations because I'm an accountant and OCD and I know to the penny what it is. You can put in how much would it take to create a lifetime income stream for me and the spouse starting in 30 days, a year, 2 years, 5 years. That's 722, whatever you came up. What's the least amount of money it's going to take to create that contractually? And it's going to hit my bank account every single month. That's how I want you to think. It's all about income floor. What's the income floor? Now, let me say one thing that's going to upset some advisors, but I'm 6'6" and I'm about 225, so bring it on. Kid, very, very calm. I'm a harmless fuzzball. But the point is, they're going to say, well, you don't have to buy an annuity. You can just keep the money with me. I charge you a fee annually. I put it in the market, and you can just peel off the gains. Just take 4% off. That is garbage crapola. That's nonsense, because the first year there's a down market, that whole strategy goes out the window. Don't believe me? Believe the smart guy in the room. Wade Fowl, PFAU, pull it up. He's been on my Fun with Annuities podcast. He has factually destroyed that. And he didn't play basketball at UCF. He went Princeton. Okay, I played basketball at UCF. Princeton, basketball at UCF. Listen to Wade, but I'm just echoing what he said. The 4% rule is dead. If you're going to do, retirement correctly, and how much do you need for retirement? And we're not talking about clothes now, we're talking about money. You need to reverse engineer that quote using annuities. And I always ask people 2 questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? That will determine the type of annuity that we use to solve for that contractual goal. And then we shop all carriers because it's a commodity product. Yes, I've made it simple. It should be that simple. We're the leaders in the industry because we make it simple. And eventually everyone's going to do it like us because they're going to find out that clients are going to be happier because we're not selling the whistles and bells and the hypotheticals. We're selling the contractual guarantees. So, big question of the day. How much do you need for retirement? How much money do you need for retirement? It's pretty simple when you reverse engineer quotes and use contractual guarantees to solve for that income floor. Got it? Good. My name is Stan the Annuity Man. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man YouTube video.